get loosened up. And then LaShawn McCoy was back, as were Matt Moore, but both of them are coming off this sickness. So they moved around a little bit too, but they were out there and did a little bit individual work and such. Look forward again to the challenge of playing the Titans. We know they're a heck of a football team, and it should be a great game. We look forward to bringing them right here into Arrowhead and with our great crowd. So we know they'll be out there strong and with great support. So with that, time's yours.
Andy, how do you feel about Chris Jones' chances of playing?
Yeah, we'll see on it, Adam. I'm going to see how he does, how he feels tomorrow, and we'll just go from there. So I mean, we talk about day by day. This one's day to day, right? So.
On Ryan Tannehill, he was early in his start, and you guys caught him down in Nashville. What's he look like he's done? Has he shown some improvement grasp of their offense and everything?
Yeah, one of the top offenses in the National Football League, and since he's been in there. So everybody talks about the run game, but this guy can sling it. He's got some good guys to do it too. So he's playing good football and a smart kid. So it's you're really into those stories as long as you don't have to play him. But he's done a nice job.
With the lack of, I guess, hitting that you're able to do during this week of practice, how are you able to replicate what you're going to see with the tight defense against your offense, but also Derrick Henry going up against you on defense?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, you're not going to. You're right. You can't replicate that. But we played against him, so we know what he brings, and that's not far from the memory. It wasn't that long ago that we played him. So, and listen, the guy's been playing for a long time here. You include training camp, so if you're in hitting shape, you're in hitting shape now. So.
How impressed were you with the impact that Kelsey had on the game and a limited number of snaps, playing two different injuries?
Yeah, he's actually doing better this week, feeling better, which is good. But yeah, he's had an impressive career, and he's probably playing the best football that he's been playing over the time. That's been pretty good. So, but you watch him work and how he goes about his business, and works extremely hard at it, studies the game, loves the game, all those things, the intangible things.
And I know we mentioned this before in terms of Patrick and sort of his rehab and some other guys earlier this year. Just what did you see from Chris Jones away from the practice field this week that led to maybe him being possibly able to, at least do some things today?
Yeah, well, he's been with Rick, and they've been working. So he's spending the time trying to get himself right there, and he was able to come out today and move around a little bit. So. We'll just see. We'll see how he does as it goes on. I'm curious to see how he feels tomorrow.
And David White coming into this year, obviously expected to be the guy, and he's had 3 different injuries that kind of interrupted that. How's he handled that aspect, and what do you feel like you're getting out of him now?
Yeah, well, he's playing good football. So, and he was banged up, and he worked through it, and I think he's done a nice job. Playing physical and running hard, so on. So I've been impressed with his game right now, catching the ball well too.
Fernando Tirado from ESPN Deportes. You guys traveled to Mexico City this year. It wasn't an easy trip, but would you travel to Mexico every year if it meant to go to the Super Bowl?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
What would you say to the fan base that got to see you guys there?
Say that last part.
The fan base, you're Mexican.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, they were phenomenal. It was great to see all the Chief jerseys down there and the support we had, and whoever the cook was at the hotel did a phenomenal job with the street tacos. Man, they were phenomenal. So we appreciate the whole thing. The hospitality was great.
Coach Reid, obviously you guys take it play by play, day by day, but do you ever let your mind wonder what it would mean for you to get back to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I don't do that. I mean, that's not how I roll at all. And that doesn't take away from anything wanting, to win the football game at hand. I mean, that's why I'm in the business, and I love the business. So you love the competition and so on. So, but I don't go. I don't go there. You're so focused in on this game here against the Titans. The other stuff doesn't matter.
Coach, you've coached some great safeties in your career. Ryan Dawkins. I'm
curious, how much does Tyrann Mathieu like run compared to like, how much ground do they cover? Do you think it
Yeah.
would be attractive, like you be running more than a lot of people?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we had EB here too, so I mean, we've been blessed to be around some pretty good safeties. And he's one of those. He's got great instincts, great speed. He was a real good returner when he came out. I think he led the nation in his ability to return. So there's an ability there to play in space and vision and all those things that you need to carry a ball. He can do that from the back end, and he's really a unique person. I've enjoyed being around him this year. He's everything everybody said he was, plus a little.
Andy, what do you feel like Travis Kelce's chances are of playing Sunday? Is he good to go?
Yeah, he'll be good to go. Yeah.
Do you feel different preparing Patrick for this game than you did a year ago in terms of just his progression, his age and experience?
I think he knows what to expect. You can stand there and tell them as much as you want as a coach until they get in there and feel it. I mean, I think that's important. And so he's had that opportunity to do that from everything, the press conferences to the game, the speed of the game. And so he's not that it was difficult coaching him at that time at all, but just the fact that he knows what to expect. Yeah, I think it's important.
Last one.
Coach, was there, without naming names, was there anybody, when you look back at the tape of last year's championship game, that maybe the stage was a little bit big? It took them a while to get their feet under them a little bit. And how do you coach that?
Yeah, so, I wouldn't say big. I think it was fast early. And it just took us a minute to catch up to that, and then when we did, we took off and played pretty good football. But you're playing an experienced team there, so they're moving around pretty good, and that experience helped them. That was a pretty veteran group that we played.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good, thanks.
Travis, how you feeling, man, going into Sunday's game?
I'm ready to roll. We've got the best trainers in the National Football League, as well as the best coaches for working with me on this. And you know what? I'm just fired up to get back out there in front of Arrowhead and get rolling.
I mentioned earlier this week, that you don't think there's any defense that can stop this, stop the offensive team, the receivers and yourself included. Do you all feel like you have to kind of back up what he stated because it's taken, more material?
Just go out there and play football. I think what Tyreek meant is that he's very confident in our ability to make plays. But at the same time, we lost to this team because we didn't make enough of them. And that's the reality, that we got to go out there and prove to ourselves that we are who we are.
Trav, you mentioned last year that perhaps you guys weren't necessarily ready for the physicality that the Patriots brought. How does a year and learning from that change that attitude going into Sunday?
It's just, you're more comfortable going into it. It's not a situation that you haven't been in. We've been here before in this exact situation here at Arrowhead, playing in front of our crowd, and we're just gonna have to start fast. It's as simple as that.
Travis, you've been considered a leader on this team. You were voted captain by your teammates, and after the game on Sunday, Sammy Watkins said that you actually went up to him and noticed that his body language wasn't where it should have been in order to help, this team achieve the comeback that they did. Can you take us back into that moment and maybe how that exchange went down?
Honestly, I don't remember it specifically. I was just trying to be energetic on the sideline, fuel the energy. When you get into situations like that, down big early, it can be deflating. And the best thing you can do is, in my mind, is attack it with the right mindset. Go out there with a purpose, with energy, not mope around, but be the attacker. And if that's what Sammy said, then he probably caught me saying it to a few guys also, because it wasn't the best energy there in the first quarter, but we figured it out and got it rolling.
Travis, there was a
where it could be considered last season that was the most games you had played in your NFL career. And obviously, as the stage gets bigger, the physicality and the speed grows. How much of that experience helped prepare you for this season to stay as consistent as you are and to be perhaps even fresher this time around than where you were this place a year ago?
Each year you try and get better on the field with your health in terms of the longevity of the season. It's just been a nonstop effort in the facility, outside the facility, to make sure that I'm doing the right things so that I'm at my peak athleticism out there on the field. And this year, just attacking my eating habits, making sure that I'm getting the proper treatment, getting replenished blood flow, getting the blood flow going as much as I can so that my old body can get healthy by the time Sunday comes back around.
You said last week after the game that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football, and he'll prove it again this week. What makes you have that level of confidence to say that about him?
I don't know if you've seen him play before, but he can play the game, and it's a lot of it is preparation, and then a lot of it is just natural instincts that he's been able to build over the course of his life. You know, he's very confident in how he plays the game, and he's very free in how he plays the game. But at the same time, every Monday comes around, he's in the film room. He's in Coach Reid's ear, the offensive staff's ear, trying to figure out what's the game plan so that he always has an answer for whatever the defense is throwing at us.
Phil's got you, you've probably seen this, overheard kind of you guys saying that you're just kind of thinking about where I am without having to think about it. What is that like, playing with somebody, a quarterback, can kind of unlock that in you?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Film's caught you saying to Patrick Mahomes that you were doing something, like moving, you know, and he just knew where you were. Just what is it like having a...
I guess I don't know. It's a luxury, really, just because there was nothing telling him on that specific route that I was gonna turn back inside. But at the same time, we were both on the same page. It's just and it's just a testament to this team's chemistry. It's not just me and him; it's everybody. And it's I mean, every Friday we try and find something for everyone to do so that we can keep building that and kind of enjoy the process along the way. And sure enough, I mean, I think everything that we do inside this facility and out benefits us on the field.
Travis, can you take us to the mind, you know, game preparation last year compared to this year? You know, when you're at home, what are you doing separating from what you're doing in practice, getting yourself ready for Sunday's game? I mean, when you look at these helmets over here, and of course the Mark Hunt Trophy was there earlier, what are you thinking? Are you playing the game out in your mind? What are you doing throughout game week at home?
I'm a big visualizer, so I like to visualize what they could possibly be doing, and think through the possibilities of how I could get open versus what they're showing us, and then getting out here in the practice field and going to work. I mean, it's as simple as just having a plan for every single scenario. And there's going to be a lot of scenarios out on the field that you got to be ready for.
Travis, what do you hear this week from Jason? Anything?
My brother?
Yeah.
That he's going to be here.
Any
And he's-
advice for you?
and-
Do
and
you
he's
have
bringing
any
his
advice
niece.
for you this week or this game last year?
I haven't really talked to him about it. I'll probably just leave it at that. I mean, I know he has all the wisdom in the world for me, but this is going to be a different situation than the road they had. We've been in this situation before, but if we take it one more level, I might ask him a few questions.
Travis, it's on that, you've been here with Coach Reid your whole career. You guys who have been here for a while, you want to go to the Super Bowl for yourself, obviously, but what would it mean for you guys to help put Coach Reid back there?
Just getting him there isn't the goal. Winning this thing for him is. I'll leave it at that. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Travis.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Chris, how you feeling, and your thoughts on, are you going to be able to play on Sunday?
Still day to day.
Just exhausting our resources with Rick, the training staff. Just continue to build up to Sunday and see how I feel.
Sorry. Have you ever been through a cap injury before, and what have you tried to do with the training staff to get you in position to even practice today?
You know, the treatments and et cetera, whatever they have set up for me. I've never been through this type of issue, so I just make sure that I bear with Rick and they got a good understanding. They've seen this multiple times, so whatever they tell me to do, I try to do it to my best ability.
How much do you feel that you need to have a full practice in order to play on Sunday? Or are you okay with what you did today as a limited participant?
Just whatever Rick M tell me to do. I trust in them and the training staff to ensure that they got my best ability in hands and just continue to build.
How
Emotionally,
how
how-
tolerance right now with dealing with it?
It's day to day.
Emotionally, what was it like to go out and test it last week and not be able to go? What were you feeling then?
It was tough, especially in a playoff game. These games are important. These are games are win or go home, and when so much at stake, you want to be out there for your team. You want to be out there being the best player you can be for your team, putting your team in the best positions, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to.
I know Coach Daly tried to console you in that moment when it appeared that you just weren't going to be able to play last Sunday. Just what was his words to you, and was there anything that you could take from that you could use this week?
It was nothing. It was just he understood where I was coming from. I understood where he was coming from, and we have a great line of communication established. And unfortunately, I tried to push off and go last week, but I wasn't. So, we just keep on building on this week, and Sunday we'll see.
Chris, how do you continue to lead this team even if not on the field?
My vocal leadership on the team and things I noticed that they probably don't see within the game, I can help them, and I can analyze the offensive line and how they're blocking schemes. I watch enough film to where I see a formation, I can realize what they can do to beat that formation or what the offensive lineman to do to give a defensive player an edge. So just more so of the mental aspect of it.
Chris,
Did your team beat
the magnitude of the game going to factor into whether or not you try and push it on something?
It's not really the magnitude of the game because if I can, I'm going to play. If I can't, that's unfortunate. But it can be a regular season game, playoff game, or a preseason game. If I can play, I want to play.
Can you guys stop Derrick Henry enough to beat them without you in the game?
Yeah, we got the pieces in hand. We got a great coaching staff that I believe in. We got a great group of guys that we brought in this year to make some things happen. So, I feel like we're capable of doing that.
What was your takeaway from the experience of playing against Henry in that offensive line in Week 10?
Henry is a dynamic running back. He's been playing exceptional. If you look at the last past 7 or 8 weeks, what he's been doing and the records he's broken and set, it's extraordinary. The Tennessee Titans leaning heavy on Derrick Henry.
Chris, with no practice reps, no on-field reps, what type of extra work can you do this week if you are able to go on Sunday, that you're mentally ready to go?
Increase my mental capacity of the game. The mental aspect, watch a little more film, study the playbook even harder, do my recovery harder, make sure I'm exhausting all the resources in the training room to make sure I'm better each day. So that's more so what I've been doing.
Chris, you went through a situation in New England where Frank was not himself or was trying to gut out a performance alongside you, and then he played his best game as a Chief with you on the sideline, sort of as an extra set of eyes. Just what did it mean for you to watch him play so well when he knew he wasn't going to be lined up next to you?
That's my brother, man. Me and him had a talk before the game. You see I'm wearing his jacket right now. We have a great relationship, and we got great chemistry. And I went and told him that I'm going to be down, but I need him to come through big for me tonight. And he went out there and performed, and that's what I expected out of Frank. You look at Frank, what he does on the field, he's one of the best in the league, so I didn't expect nothing less.
You had a big game against the Titans back in Big Ten, a couple of sacks. Does your success against them in the past give you extra motivation to try and make sure that you're out there Sunday?
No, they're a completely different team right now. They've gotten better since the last time we played. So what you can do is analyze film, see where you can attack at, and try to use that going into this game. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
How y'all doing?
Frank, did you know that Chris is wearing your hoodie today?
No, I ain't see it. That's my guy though. You know, he can wear anything in the wardrobe.
Frank, give me your thoughts, man. This is, I believe, your first championship game as an NFL player. Obviously, your first with the Kansas City Chiefs. When you look at it, when you know what happened last year, what are you telling yourself as you go into Sunday's game against the Titans?
I mean, keeping the main thing. You know, you gotta stop the run. Gotta force as many third downs as possible, and gotta execute. Championship football. You know, anytime championship football being played, you know, execution becomes key. The details, everything small, it becomes, you know, highlighted. So, you know, that's technique, fundamentals, playing sound defense, and knocking back. Got a great running attack. Everybody know what they're doing. They'll come in, they go try to run the ball 30, 35 times a game. They go try to get that boy to 200 yards, over 200 yards rushing. And, you know, the coordinator, Mike Vrabel, is a great coordinator. I mean, a great coach. He's been leading those guys all season, tough team. And that's what they built their front on. The offensive line, one of the better offensive lines our defensive line is going to play this year. Got great leadership over there in Teddy DeWine. Got some guys, Roger Saffold came over from the Rams, and he's been playing some great ball. They want to run the ball to the left side of their line mostly. So we know what to expect. It's Friday. I've been working for the last week, you know, well, not the last week, sorry, for the last few days, getting this game plan, you say, since Monday. And we ready, man. We confident in everything, and we just want to go out there and have fun.
On top of that, look, you know, we keep it 100 with one another. Chiefs fans are looking at what happened last year. One of the reasons why they didn't make it to the Super Bowl was someone lining up in the neutral zone. What are you all doing? What is Spags telling you all mentally not to make those type of mistakes to give the other team additional, you know, chances to continue on with their drive?
No, honestly, that's not something we even thinking about. If you line up, that's all, like you said, it's a mental mistake. That's something on yourself. You know, that's not you shoot yourself in the foot when you do things like that at the end of the day. It's football. The ball's right there, simple. The ball's there, you put your hand behind the ball, and you're on sides, you know? And that's kind of how I've been playing football. That's why I haven't lined up off sides all season, probably all my career. And if I jump off sides, that happens. That's them battle wounds. You know, it's okay to jump off sides, you know, from time to time as a defensive end, but lining up off sides, that's inexcusable.
Frank, you mentioned Derrick Henry obviously is a priority, but it seems like over the last two games in these playoffs, Ryan Tannehill has done a lot of damage with play action. How do you tell your teammates and yourself to balance that aggressive nature against Henry, but also being aware to not get too aggressive so the play action doesn't hurt you?
Yeah, like I said, man, your keys, you get lost when you see all the motions and you see all the stuff they do before the play, you know, and it's keying in on your man, one man. You defeat your man, you win that down. You know, it's a down at a time, and not getting too far ahead of yourself. Like I said, when you got all the motions and stuff, that's what it's for. It's eye candy to distract you, you know, as the player. Get you looking left, get you looking right when everything is coming right at you. You know, you got Ryan Tannehill. I don't know where, you know, people got off saying, you know, he was falling off, but, you know, great quarterback. Guy, 4.6 speed, still running as a quarterback when he's extending downs with his feet. And like you said, last two games, he's playing some great football off the play action. Why? Because the guy's running for 200 yards a game and getting the ball 35 times a game. Anytime I got a running back running for 200 yards and getting the ball 35 times, I'm sure that's going to open up play action. That's just common sense. At the end of the day, your secondary got to stay disciplined with the eyes. Linebacker got to get in depth after they play that run. And our job as a defensive line is to convert on pass rush. They're a good team. They hold a lot. They go attach on the outside of our shoulder pads. It's going to be our job to get to the quarterback and disrupt all that.
What's unique about the challenge of tackling a guy who's as big and fast as Derrick?
Just another big guy you got to tackle, I guess. You know, 250 pounds, 6'3", I believe, 6'2", 250 pounds. It's going to be fun. I look forward to it. I've tackled him plenty of times, so I'm just going to be another tackle. I want some sacks, though.
Frank, you mentioned Jalen Wan. What are just some unique traits that you might see on film that he brings to the table?
I think he's one of the best tackles in the league, if not the best. I went to college with him, so I spent time with him. I think I had 2 years with him, 3 years almost, something like that. But I spent some time with him. Taylor's got a year on me, so yeah, it was a good look for it. I hope y'all get your popcorn ready.
Do you think he knows some extra things about you to make sure, you know, given that you guys have experience together, he has some tips on?
Yeah, he know a lot about me. I know a lot about him too.
Frank, I know.
You said it's in my notebook? Come on, man, he in my memory. You keep stuff like that in memory, you don't need a notebook.
Frank, what did it mean for Chris to tell you, I mean, obviously you knew he was going to play Sunday, but for him to give you a message and for you to sort of carry out what he wanted to maybe get an opportunity to play with you on Sunday?
Man, Chris my dog, man. And it's unfortunate what happened in practice, you know, how it went down. And, you know, just to have a guy like that who's been, you know, who's actually helped me, younger guy, you know what I mean, year under me, but has helped me transition just and to see his knowledge, you know, of the game and how bad he wants to play and how bad he wanted to be out there with us last week, man. It was devastating not to have him, you know. It was this close, it feels like, you know, it was that close, but just, you know, you gotta listen to your doctor sometimes, you know, they know what's best. We knew we had a chance to go out there and get the win, be able to sit Chris down or whatever. And we knew we had a chance to go out there and get the win, and it happened. You know how it happened, thank God. Chris been doing fine, been all smiles around the building. I can't tell you if he's going to play or not, but look forward to seeing that big old, you know, smile on Sunday.
Hey, Frank, I know how competitive you are, so when you say that their offensive line is good, that actually catches my attention. What is it about their line that you respect?
The things they get away with, the things they're able to do great, the things they're able to, how they make their mistake, how they make their corrections off of the mistakes, and the leader. Like I said, Taylor the one, that's their leader. And then they bring in experience in Roger Saffold. Roger Saffold's been a great player. And then you look across their whole line. I do a lot of research. I look into it a lot. These guys, they all across the board, top 10 on average, top 8 as far as positionally across the whole front line. All the guys. I think the lowest ranked player is their guard, the right guard, number 64. And at the end of the day, it's just as far as execution, man. It's a good group, man. It's going to be a challenge. I think the game is going to be won up front. So when you look at the end result, you look at who did what and who didn't do it. It's going. I believe when you look at the result, just look at front, and you're going to see who won the game and who lost.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Frank.
Appreciate y'all.
How fired up are you for this chance? You know, this team was here last year, but you weren't a part of it. How fired up are you for you to be here in this AFC Championship?
I mean, it's a good opportunity. In my career, I never really made the playoffs. This will be my second chance being in playoffs. I lost in the first round, Green Bay. So I'm just happy to be a piece to come and help them get over this hump.
How much of what you see on film of them playing off play action, how much of that is just trying to understand formations and situations where they take those shots versus just reading your normal keys on certain plays?
I mean, I can't really say. I mean, they play action really come off their run. They run hot. They play action to try to keep us honest, take those shots. And, you know what I mean? The coach really, he's methodical with it. So I really can't really say like what's his thought process on that.
What's the message among the defensive backs, though, especially on the corners, to not get caught peeking into the backfield there?
It's a lot. Ever since the New England game, you know what I mean? When they was crack tossing, throwing balls behind us when we coming up for the run. So we really had to hone in on that. A lot of teams, if they can't really hit us with the big plays, we got a chance to win the game.
What makes A.J. Brown unique and a unique challenge for y'all?
He's a physical receiver. He can take you deep. He can make plays after the catch. And he's really making his name in the NFL.
One of the guys that were on this team last year talked about in the championship game the physicality, and the Patriots were really aggressive, grabbing receivers at the line. that the attitude that you're going into this game, is that it's going to be more physical than normal, and you're going to have to do some of that?
I mean, I feel like our defense, that's what we feed on, physicality, especially in the secondary. You know, and we like to get our hands on guys. And I mean, that's just our DNA. I feel like that's the DNA that we're trying to build within the secondary, and that's what we continue to do every day to get better at.
Looking back, you had to jump from team to team with some interesting contract stuff. Just how grateful and happy have you been to get this opportunity?
I mean, it's been pretty good. You know what I mean? It was a tough road, losing the deal with Carolina last year after my rookie deal, and having to really hone in and getting back to Bashard Breeland with the Green Bay Packers. Season didn't go how I would like as far as a winning standpoint. And when I got the opportunity to really come back here, you know what I mean? I jumped on it, and I feel like it's been one of the best decisions I made in my life.
Do you think like this playoffs and you do on the national stage is almost like a bonus in that perspective of I can have people see what I can really do here?
Yeah, I mean, it's magnified in these type of games. Everybody watching, there's only like 4 teams left. It's going to really be a magnified game, and those are the type of games you live for and you want to play for. It's exciting.
What's impressed you about the adjustments the secondary was able to make with the absence of one more
I mean, we've been doing this all year. You know what I mean? We had these things where guys knew that they was going to have to come in and help us. Coach Merritt, he gave us this speech all the time. Like back in the day when they went to the Super Bowl, it was a guy, he played with a practice squad player who never played all year. You know what I mean? So guys really be honing in and everybody prepare and practice like they started. So I feel like it was an easy transition for us.
Rashad, what do you remember most about the Texans' first drive? The fact that they got you kind of looking one way and going over the top. And what about those conversations led to not having another sort of big play happen on offense for them?
I mean, they came out hot. During the time, they was doing a lot of motions, like really messing with our eyes, putting us in different coverages on the back end. We got to communicate with each other. And it was just a freak play that happened. You know what I mean? Bad eyes on one play, but we went back and got it corrected. It really wasn't much for us to really have to hone in on.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
Last time you guys had a hard time down in Tennessee on special teams. Last week, a hard time in the beginning, but then you guys ended up saving the day. Can you kind of talk about how important those little plays are?
Yeah, I mean, I think special teams are crucial. You know, obviously offense and defense, there's a lot more plays than what we get on special teams, so everything matters. That Tennessee game, when we played them at their place, obviously we had some critical errors, and then in this game, or this past week, we were able to bounce back really strong. And I thought we were a big part of the comeback and finally winning that game. So special teams are super important. You know, obviously when you ask a kicker that, you know, that's all he does. So I love it.
Coach Todd has mentioned in the past your love for watching film, watching not only yourself but watching other kickers throughout the season or throughout that certain week. Did you go back and watch, because playing at Arrowhead late January, did you go back and watch the AFC Championship game to gain anything from that for this possible chance? And is there anything that you've seen from anybody else in similar conditions, similar time of the year that you can take something positively from?
Yeah, I know this game will probably be similar weather conditions to last AFC Championship game, but we've had probably the last 3 games just kind of in the 30s around there. So I haven't given too much thought towards this next game being maybe 10, 20 degrees colder. You know, cold is cold, I guess. Didn't watch too much of that AFC Championship game. I thought it went smoothly, but for me, I'm really kind of honed in onto what I do during practice that week and make sure I'm not deviating from kind of what I've been doing all season. And then when I get to game day, I know I'm kind of in my rhythm. Everything's you know, hitting on all cylinders. But I think film is crucial, especially with kicking. If you have one small thing that's off, that can be the difference between a make or a miss. So you really have to be critical on yourself, and it's something that, you know, not a lot of people can notice. So, you know, I guess throughout my kicking career, I've really just kind of learned my body, learned my technique, and you're kind of the only one that can see if you're messing up anywhere.
Have you ever played on a field that was so frozen you couldn't plant. Your plant foot, you really couldn't count on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was last season we got like a big bubble to go over the practice field. But yeah, in 2017 when we were practicing outside, it was super hard to get the cleats in the grass. But now that's obviously been fixed. With that, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a big bubble, and they put hot air in there, so that's been great. And then our stadium field, there's like heaters under the grass as well, so that's not been an issue. But yeah, I mean, obviously that is tough. If your cleats aren't going into the grass, you'll be slipping around.
What's the advantage in playing at home, other than the obvious, than like for example, with Baltimore, them not being involved here?
I think it's huge. You know, we are comfortable in our stadium. You know, it's the same field that we've been playing on all year. Obviously, the fans will have the advantages in terms of sound. And then I think just being at the home hotel, just kind of that whole routine is just going to be the same. So it's huge. I think everyone was expecting to go to Baltimore to play the Ravens, but we're ready to go. And just because it's a home game doesn't mean it's a given, obviously. But we're really excited to be home.
One of the things that Coach Tobe and Dustin talked about this week was the cadence. They kind of got the jump on you guys and got that block into the game last time. How does that communication go? Is that just you and Dustin and James, like right beforehand? You guys don't like huddle when you have these things. What's that communication like, and how important is that to make sure that you guys are on the exact right page?
Yeah, I think it's super important. You know, obviously there isn't a huddle, but it's something that we do talk about on the sidelines before we go out there. You know, the linemen, they're going when they see that ball go, but kind of James, Dustin, and I, we have to know kind of the game plan going into that. And, you know, obviously when we played Tennessee, their guy made a great play, you know, getting a jump on the ball. So that's something that we've addressed and we fixed, and, you know, learn from your mistakes and move on, I guess.
After the taunting penalty last week, you had the 80-yard kickoff you dropped on the goal line. Is that as far as you can kick it, or you have a little more leg in it?
That's probably as far as I can kick it when it's 20-something degrees, you know, outside. But I just missed an extra point, so that definitely helped with the adrenaline going into that kick. I was pretty upset.
What's the Hatterday All-Caps team?
Yeah, so our equipment staff, they have a Instagram account, and Cale Kirby, like every week on Saturday, which he calls Hatter Day, he'd talk about all the different hats, you know, beanies that guys are wearing, and I guess he probably did, 16 guys over the 17-week season, and I think it was like me, Tyron, Sherm, and Patrick made all like the, what's it called? The All-Caps team. So wanted to rock with that today, so shout out to Cale.
It is going to be a little bit colder, I think, on Sunday that they're talking about. One of the weapons you guys have is to be able to just always have a touchback if you want to. Is there a temp you've gotten to where touchbacks are not a given for you?
Not so far this season, which is pretty exciting because, you know, I think in 2017, 2018, when it got to be this temperature, I was really struggling to hit touchbacks when we needed to. And like hitting an 80-yard kickoff in that type of weather was something that I couldn't do in the past. So I think I've been taking really good care of my body, and that's a big credit to our strength staff as well. I've been in there hitting it hard, so, you know, we're in AFC Championship game, and I still feel as explosive as I did at the start of the season. But we'll see. You know, the colder it gets, the harder the ball is. It's harder to compress. You can't kick it as far. But yeah, sometimes Coach Tobe says, you know, give me as much hang time as you can, drop it on the goal line. And then sometimes when we need it, just bang it out the back and hopefully through the uprights if I can.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No. I want to meet you.
All right. Reggie, obviously you're familiar with Derek Henry. Have you been kind of a source of knowledge for your teammates, or because you guys played in week 11, is that kind of understood what this guy brings?
Really, I just told him, man, you just got to go out there and just try to hit him. He's a big guy, and if you're playing defense, you got to love to hit. So this is my type of game. So I think I'm used to hitting him a little bit from over my years at Bama with him, but for the most part, man, we just got to go out there and get in the way of him and just hit him and just wrap him up.
You gonna give him a roll tide if you get him good?
Probably so. That's my nephew. So that's my guy. You know, he's one of my closest friends since leaving Bama. So yeah, I might do a little something.
How often would you guys communicate throughout the season over the years?
Every time he posts a picture, or something, I comment on it here, comment on mine. But you know, all season, that's when I try to link up with my guys and see them and see how they went throughout the season and things like that. But yeah.
I think it was Tyron said earlier in the week that the key is to tackle his legs, to hit him low, to get him before he gets to the second level. Do you agree with that, and have you guys made that a priority?
Yeah. Anytime you got a running back that can run a 4.5, 6'4", 240, you got to kill the engine, as the coaches would say. But me, I'm going to just go in there and hit him because I just love to hit. So I'm going to do the best I can. If I'm the first guy there, I got to try to hold him up and let the cavalry come. But we just got to go out there and just try to hit him, man. Like, it's football. It's that time of the year. Like, everybody trying to win a championship. So I don't care how big you is. We got to go out there and play, man.
Reggie, in what ways do you think maybe this scheme is a little bit better suited for a challenge like that than maybe this time last year?
Playing in a 3-4 and a 4-3, to me, it really doesn't matter. Like, it's football. You got to go out there and play regardless. You got to line up, put a man across from you, kick his butt, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what type of scheme you in. You got to go out there and play regardless. And whatever the coaches call, man, we got to go out there and execute it. It doesn't matter if we feel like it's the best call in this situation or not. It's our job to go execute it, and it's the coach's job to call the plays. So I don't want no excuses from this week. Like, ain't no excuses. It's time to get the job done.
Reggie, there's a perception that Tennessee could take what New England did last year in terms of play script, in terms of, you know, time of possession, the way they started last year's game, and obviously the way they ended it. But for you and some of the other guys that were here last year, how much can you use that to benefit you because you experienced the way they tried to attempt to, you know, obviously win that game, and if Tennessee uses a similar formula?
Man, you can't get them opportunities to get up on you. So for us, on the defensive side, we got to do what we do, stop them, and let the offense go out there and play ball. So we got to get stops. That's the name of the game, man. Because once they get up on you, here come Derek. And they going to hand it off and pound it, play action, pound it, screens, pound it. And that's how it's going to go until they just try to run the clock out. So our job on defense is to get them in third and long and don't get them chances they have third and short. Because that's when they thrive the most. In them short situations, they handing the ball off to Derek, and they just been getting and getting the time off the clock. So it's our job to stop them and just get the ball to Pat, because don't nobody want to give Pat the ball. So, of course, they're going to try to do that, but it's our job to go out there, knuckle up, and get them in third and long situations and let our guys up front rush and do what they do.
Reggie, it was around the time of the Week 10 game against the Titans where you said that any of the problems defense was having was really just mental. You said everyone was thinking a little
Right,
bit
thinking too much, yeah.
What is, looking now at where this defense is at, what are you liking about the mentality and how this defense is approaching?
Oh, man, it's bring your lunch pail to work every day and get the job done. Like, that's really been our mentality since we started off bad, and then we just steady working and working. You got to come to work, man. This is what we dreamed about since we was kids. Everybody wants to do what we're doing, so we got to do our job and handle it the best way, because this organization, the staff picked us for a reason to play for this team. So we got to go out there and handle our business and do our jobs, man, and play ball and have fun at the end of the day. Because, yeah, it's our job and it's our work, but at the end of the day, we're playing a kid's game and we're getting paid for it. So I love what I do. And like, I try to come in, laugh, and cut up with my guys. Even some days, guys have bad days coming home from so my job is to come make sure everybody's happy, laughing, and doing what they do. If you know anybody in this building, they know I'm always smiling and trying to make somebody smile and happy. So
You mentioned play action, and last week against the Ravens, Ryan Tannehill hurt them deep with that long touchdown pass, and over the course of the second half of the season, he's been among the league
right.
leaders.
He's been doing an excellent job. Yeah.
Yes. So what do you guys need to do so you're not so aggressive in that box, because you know Derrick Henry's coming at you, but you don't want to get caught leading forward also?
Man, you got to have good eyes. You got to see the lineman's hat. So if they popping straight up, you know some type of pass, and if they coming straight off, you know it's a run. So we got to have good eyes on our end, especially as linebackers are getting deep, and the guys on the back ends do what they do for the past several weeks is just cover. So, but that front seven, we got to be huge. We got to be huge and get them, like I said, get them guys in third and long, and so them guys on the back end get paid to do what they do, and the guys up front can do what they do by rushing. So that's our job in the front seven, is to get them in third and long.
Okay, thanks, Reggie.
Thank y'all.
Y'all stay out of trouble.
need the mic. Coach, your first AFC Championship game, and how you feeling? How do you feel physically? How you feel mentally going into Sunday's game?
I feel good, man. Good week of practice. Just ready to go in there, have a good game, and hopefully we come out with a win. So.
How far have you come from your first workouts after the draft?
Who said that?
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Say it again.
Can you believe you're here? I mean, can you talk about your year, what it's been like?
I mean, it's been a long year. I mean, from pre-combine to rookie minicamp, OTAs, fall camp, like it's been a long ride. But I'm happy to be here, man. Still to be playing football. Like me playing football in January, I think everybody want that. So I'm just happy to be here, be with this team, and try to go win the Super Bowl.
Why the Tyreek Hill T-shirt?
I don't know. I found it in my locker. It's kind of nice, so I decided to put it on.
But was playing in a school like Georgia help you in games like this where you know everybody's going to be having their eyes on you? It's not like shining at the end.
Oh yeah, I mean you play SEC. You know we play in front of big crowds all the time, every game, and you know it's a different. I guess like it's a different talent level in the SEC, and definitely prepares for the NFL. So I mean, what Coach Smart brought for us, the program he brought, definitely prepared me for this moment. So.
Did you watch this game last year between the Patriots and Chiefs? Do you remember watching that at home when you were at the dorm or wherever?
I can't exactly say if I remember watching it, but I knew like the outcome. I seen like the highlights of it. But I don't know if I actually watched the game though. I can't tell you that.
Did you notice a different speed last week? I mean, Coach Reid has talked a lot about the playoffs being a different speed. Did you pick up on that last week?
Oh yeah, it's definitely faster. Guys out there with a purpose, you know. It's playoff time, so it was faster, and he said it's gonna be faster this week. So all I know is to just go out there and practice fast to get prepared for it, and when the game come, I'll be ready.
2 straight games with 2 long kickoff returns. How much do you feel like you and some of those other guys blocking for you are now meshing and peaking at the right time in that area?
Oh, I think it's definitely peaking at the right time. I think Coach Toad doing a great job of putting schemes together that fit me and the blockers. You know, like everybody played to their strengths, and them guys up front been blocking well all year, and it's up to me to reward them and find the right hole and and find daylight. So I'm trying to do that for them going forward.
Have you received any word or conversation with some of these veteran guys to let you know, okay, this is your first year with this. This doesn't necessarily happen a lot, so you try to make the most of it, like that kind of guidance?
Nah, I ain't really said nothing like that. All they tell me is, man, go out there and play, have fun, and do what you can do, So I'm just here to play my role. Like I tell everybody, whenever my name called, when my number called, I'm trying to go out there and make a play.
What are your memories of the first game in Nashville against the Titans?
Oh, we lost. That's all I remember, that we lost. And, I feel like that we had that game. We could have won that game. We was up, I think, 2 scores at one point, and they came back and won. And, that's just testament to what kind of team they are. We knew as a great team we played them, and obviously we played them again. So they're not here for no reason, and so we just got to be prepared what they're going to bring. So.
You had a 63-yard touchdown in that game. Don't remember that?
Oh, yeah, the little touchdown. It was nice. I mean, it really don't matter if we lost the game, so, but I remember it.
What do you remember about that? How you developed it?
I mean, it was a play call down the middle. It was like a sit play at the sticks. Pat made a great throw, caught the ball, and all I know was just had to hit it. I hit it and scored, and that was it. But then, like I said, at the end we still lost. So, I kind of remember that more than the touchdown.
Nicole, you made quite the statement showing up at the boombox before the last game. Any props you're planning to bring this time around?
I don't know. I might have some in store. We're gonna see. One of my favorite actors just released a movie, so I might try to give a little throwback to him. So I don't know. We're gonna see.
This is obviously off the field, but you look on something like Good Morning Football, and the panel's predicting you to have a 50-yard touchdown. Just where you were last year to where you are now. I know you retweeted from where you were at last year.
I did retweet it.
What does that mean to you?
I mean, I just it's good to know people just recognize your talent and know what you can do, and for them to make a bold statement like that, it's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go out there and show them what it is. But it's fun for people to to know my name, to know what I can do on the field. So it's just good to have that. So.
Okay. Thank you.